she became very famous, much to her distress. She was basically a shy woman. She was happy in the laboratory. She was not happier with what we call the news media right now. And Pierre started to work on radium, although he probably did much damage to himself because both he and his wife were both suffering, as we think right now, from radiation sickness. But he, with Madame Curie, found that if you take radium, radium would go through any kind of material like wood, but it would also kill human cells. And immediately, the medical world got very interested because maybe you could cure cancer. And even today, of course, we have radiation theory all the time. Another medical breakthrough was that when radium decays, you get radon, and radon gives off, it's a gas, and it will also kill cells. And this gas was used for medical thing. Because of her discoveries, because of her incredible humanity, the French government gave her money to start an institute called the Radium Institute, of which she was the director. But on the opening day, almost the opening day, First World War broke out. And so the institute was sort of put on the back burner. But Madame Curie, knowing the benefit not only of radium in curing human ills, knew about X-rays, because soldiers who are shot and bandaged and broken bones, if you had some way to determine what was going on inside them. So Madame Curie went around to all the rich compatriots around Paris and begged them for their cars and trucks and anything. And she equipped these with X-ray machines, and there's a wonderful photograph of her sitting, driving one of these cars with the X-ray machines, and they were called Petite Curies. In 1921, she successfully toured the United States to raise money for research on radium. It was a sad irony that her ongoing exposure to radium during her lifetime caused her to contract the disease leukemia, which she died from in 1934. The last really thing that I know that she did, what affected my life directly, that my father and my mother were escaping from Russia at that time, and really escaping because of Stalin. They were supposed to have been shot. They ended up in the Soviet Congress, and father, of course, didn't have any money when he came out, and both Niels Bohr and Madame Curie gave him money so he could come to this country, become a professor at George Washington University, and then in 1935 had me. And so I often thought, if it wasn't for Madame Curie, I probably wouldn't be here. So that's the end of my story, and I thank you for listening.